everybody, and welcome to Women Changing Our World. I did not mess that up this time.
I know. Nailed it.
I nailed it this time.
Nailed it.
I know. No brain fart for me this morning. I am crisp and clear.
That's right.
I'm Kelly, and birthday girl is...
I'm Jamie. It is my birthday.
Yes. Well, it was yesterday, and we celebrated together.
We did. It was so much fun. Kelly made this amazing meal. This
it was
feta
good.
cheese mixed with veggies over this pasta. It was very, very good.
So I surprised myself.
It was very
Frankly, I surprised myself.
The before, I'm going to have to post the before and after pictures. The before was very impressive. She drizzled it with this olive oil and salt. It was very impressive. Yes.
Listen, I impressed myself with that.
I mean, it was very good. And even the after picture, I looked at it on my phone. I was like, damn, that looks really good.
I know. Everybody ate it.
Yeah.
So it was good.
It was delicious.
And then we watched the Meghan Markle interview together. Not the whole thing, because it was getting too late and we're old, and I go to bed at 8.
Yes.
First, cheers.
Cheers.
A little mimosa for your birthday.
Mimosas.
Cheers.
Yes, it's my birthday. So Meghan Markle.
Okay, back to Meghan Markle.
Big bombshell. So if you didn't watch last night, Meghan Markle had this interview, and she basically called out the entire royal family. She said they are racist, she said. She also said that she was suicidal.
And that they didn't care.
What else did she say?
I don't know. She said a whole bunch of stuff. Listen, if all of that is true, I think it's awful.
Yes.
Okay. But what I don't get was they were saying a big reason they left is because of all this press following them.
Yes.
And all this attention being put on them. Okay, then why did you go on Oprah if you want to be left alone and you don't want the attention? A.
Yeah.
Right? And B, they said they had no money. The royal family cut them off. They had no money.
Yes.
And that they're only living on what Diana left them.
Right.
But they currently are living in a $13 million estate.
Well,
what do you mean you have no money?
I think that
what is that?
Aren't they renting that? I feel like I remember.
What is the rent on a $13 million mansion alone?
I don't know. More than my mortgage for sure. But, and I think the paparazzi is a huge issue for celebrities. And they're basically celebrities, right?
But you know that when you sign up.
But I think that it's probably just overpowering for maybe someone like her who hasn't been in the spotlight.
She was like an actress. I mean, she was definitely a B, C-list actress. But an actress
I know one of those that canceled.
Very true.
But so I think, and with their mom, Princess Diana, the paparazzi was a huge issue, right? That was the downfall and led to that huge car accident. So I think paparazzi, and tying into this, the Britney Spears documentary, which showed how bad the paparazzi were and how that basically transformed her life.
Okay, I understand that. But all I'm saying is, if you are marrying Prince Harry, and you're going to become a princess, was she really that naive to think that the royal family wasn't going to rule her life and that the paparazzi wasn't going to follow her? I'm just saying, if I touch the stove when it's on, I know I'm probably going to get a burn.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know if I feel bad for her or I don't feel bad for her. I don't really know what to think about the whole thing. But I do think that they're doing fine. I think that she's in the mansion. I think she's fine.
And I think Oprah did not ask tough enough questions.
Well, and I think they did have to speak out about it. It was very controversial and very people wanted to hear from them. So I get that. So, all right. Good.
I don't know. I think you keep family business.
Yeah, the royal family is going to have something to say about it. We don't know what that's going to be, but
they're never getting back in. They're never getting back in that palace. I'll tell you that.
Today is International Women's Day.
Yes, perfect for us.
Yes. So it's a global multimedia event to educate, enlighten, and empower women and girls worldwide.
Perfect.
International Women's Day. Happy day, everyone.
Happy day. We're international, or what is it?
What? International Women's Day.
Okay, we are International Women's Day every Monday.
We are.
I didn't like that.
We're keeping it going. We're keeping the movement going. We're a part of the movement,
We're
Kelly.
trying.
Yeah.
And we have the perfect guest for this day.
I'm dying. I'm so excited. Dana Cohen is here.
From Hell's Kitchen.
She's been on Chopped. She is amazing.
She's a badass
She is such a badass. She was my favorite contestant on the whole show. I loved her. I love her attitude. I would totally be friends with her all day. I love her. She's from New Jersey. I totally get her.
She should have never given you her email or Skype address. because
Dana
you will be
is going to love me. I am not worried about it. Okay, but
you can't take over the whole interview. You have to let me at least ask a few questions.
Yeah, this is. I will let you ask a couple questions. So I have two things in the news for you.
Okay.
Do you know that there is a 118-year-old woman? She is the oldest living person. Yes, the oldest living person in the entire world. She's from Japan. Her name is Kane Tanaka, and she is going to hold the Olympic flag this year.
I love that.
I know.
And she can still walk?
Well, maybe she'll wheel the Olympic flag, I think. But she looks great. We're going to post some pictures. She's the cutest thing ever. She's 118 years old, and she is going for it. So I love that. So when is the Olympics happening this summer? Is that what we're waiting for? Jerry, where's the Olympics this summer? Do we know?
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry's on it. All right.
I think it is this summer.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And the next thing is Elf Cosmetics. You've heard of Elf Cosmetics. Okay.
They in trouble.
They are teaming up with Chipotle to launch a brand new Chipotle line of makeup.
Give me a break. That is the dumbest.
So... Tokyo. Oh, perfect. Okay. That's where she lives. So maybe that's why they just 118.
You connected the dots there,
Tokyo.
Jamie.
Smart Olympics committee. Very smart. I like what you did there. Good. So the Elf Cosmetics. So there's a palette of Chipotle. And in the makeup palette are lettuce, guac, corn salsa eyeshadow.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever
salsa, pinto beans. That is in their eyeshadow palette.
What are you gonna say if someone's like, "Oh, I really love that eyeshadow"? You're like, "Thank you, it's pinto bean."
Yes. And they have hot salsa lip gloss and a guacamole shaped face brush thing. So Chipotle getting into the makeup game because we all needed that. I don't know why we would ever need that.
Oh, well, we're gonna need a lot more mimosas.
Why would Chipotle need a makeup line? I guess maybe it's just fun. So they're having a little fun.
Okay, but if I was gonna pick any restaurant, if I was a makeup line and I was gonna pick any restaurant possible,
yes,
I think I would pick like Krispy Kreme.
Oh, that would be a good makeup line. Yeah.
Right?
Like jelly donut.
Like that's a little cuter.
Yes.
Sprinkles.
That would be you should start it up. You should get on it.
I think they already do that because I have Krispy Kreme lip gloss.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that. And it tastes like the donut. Yeah, no, that's a really good idea.
I don't want guacamole.
I don't know. Elf Cosmetics thought it was a great idea and they ran with it. So it's happening.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So it's 10:24. Are we ready to call Dana?
Of course. I'm excited to talk to her. I have so many questions.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right, let's call her.
Okay,
let's see what's happening with Dana.
Kimberly is on, our top fan. Turn it down a little bit. You're blowing out my eardrums.
All right, let's turn it down a little bit.
Perfecto. Let's see if she answers.
Dana, are you there? We can't see you yet.
I am. Oh, I just minimized you. I don't know what just happened.
Don't worry. Jamie is the worst. I'm going to blame it on Jamie's technical issues.
Dana, everyone that has technical issues blames it on me. And everyone is convinced that I screw this up every single week. Although I am just in charge of hitting call.
You screw it up.
Can you see me or no?
No, not yet.
Why?
I don't know why.
I don't know. Let's see. Do you have a little camera thing?
Yeah, it says it's on.
Maybe tap your screen and then is there like a little camera button that pops up?
Yeah, it says it's on.
Maybe, see, it's you, Jamie. It's you again.
It's always
me.
She did.
I did.
Okay, we're going to hang up and call you back.
Let's hang up and I'll call you right back.
All right.
I blame Jamie every time.
We can also use her photo on screen if she just calls.
Okay. We'll try it again.
But we just did it before, Dana. We did it before.
Well, listen, I know it's not my fault. I know it's not Jerry's fault. So there's only 2 other people in the room that could possibly have screwed it up.
So typical.
It's not me.
It's so typical. Everyone blames me here forever.
No.
We do. It's an easy target.
All right, let's try again here.
Let's try.
It is my birthday. I'm excited about my birthday.
I know. Kimberly said, I can't blame anything on you today because it is your birthday.
That's right. See?
So then Judah, it's got to be Judah's fault.
So Dana's saying now she can't pick it up.
Okay, well, tell her we'll try back in 5 minutes. We'll keep doing our show. We'll call her back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just text her.
All right.
But we'll get her on because we Skyped. Tested fine.
We did a test.
I have exciting news.
What is your news?
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What?
I'm getting my vaccine. So exciting.
Getting the vaccine.
I'm getting the vaccine. I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Yes.
That you know is only one.
Yes. So
dose.
I don't know anyone who's gotten it yet. So
I don't either. So I wonder if I'll get sick. I hope I don't. But it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's totally worth it. To get back to normal and have the vaccine, I'm all about it.
I know. You got to still get it.
I know. I have to register. The only place available is in where Kelly's telling me
South Boston, Virginia. It's only 2 hours away. Just do it. But if anybody watching that needs a vaccine, you can go to CVS and there's spots available.
Yeah. So
you might have to drive, but it's worth the drive.
Yep.
I think.
And you can try, you can register anywhere in Virginia for it, so you can sign up.
Right.
So all
you can go anywhere.
So there's not that many available like in Richmond or Charlottesville, but other places like Lynchburg, Waynesboro, stuff like that.
That's true. You want to try her again?
Oh, she.
Oh, she's calling us. That's nice.
There you are.
Oh, let me put my thing in.
Look, and you called us. You are like a Skype pro. Oh, we're frozen.
Judah, help us. Of course it's your birthday, Jamie, and we have technical issues.
I know. Dana, you're frozen. Judah. And
no, she's back.
Are you back?
No, she's frozen.
Frozen.
Okay, we'll keep talking. When she unfreezes, that'll be good. Okay, so Jamie, because we're going to have an amazing chef on.
Yes.
What is your go-to meal, like that you know you can cook?
I can always cook pasta.
That's not really a meal, but go for it.
Dana, you're frozen. Maybe we can do just audio. I can do chicken parmesan. That's a pretty easy one.
Make me chicken parm.
Dana's saying it looks okay. Judy, you want to take a look at it? So Dana, we're not frozen?
Oh, good. She's not frozen. I can hear her.
Well, we can hear you, so we can just talk even though you're frozen.
And we'll put up your picture.
Okay.
We have a picture of you. We're just going to put up the picture. Yeah. And then when you unfreeze, we'll go to video.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, so for everybody watching, I think almost everybody knows who you are. But for the people who don't, tell us who you are, what you do, and why you were so awesome.
Oh, I mean, that's a question. Yeah, I am. Last things that I've done, although it is exciting for me. I'm the corporate marketing chef for. So I cover the U.S. and Canada. I work with chefs over the world, and we get to talk about currently do. But of course, that's probably not why you asked me to.
No, I mean, listen, we'll talk about anything you want. We're excited to talk to you, but we do obviously want to hear about Hell's Kitchen.
So I was on Hell's Kitchen twice. I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. So season 10, and then I came 17 for the All-Star season. Recently on Chopped, which was a lot more fun and a lot less stressful because it was a day of my life, not 6 weeks.
So 6 weeks. So that's how long that you are in that apartment, for 6 whole weeks.
And I had, I believe at one point it was like a converted Costco. So yeah, but there's.
Wait, so you are living on a set?
Yeah, we're like prisoners actually. Yeah, you have no cell phone, you have no access to the outside world. And I think that's part of why everyone hates.
They're like trying to stir up drama. Like, you're stuck, you can't leave, and we're going to work you. How many hours a day were you like?
Oh God. It would change every day. So you never knew like when they were going to wake you up. I'm not a person that gets stressed out easily, but that is a very stressful.
Okay, so take us from the beginning. So how did you even get on the show? Like, do you apply? Do you have to like make something amazing and then they love it and then they ask you? How does that work?
Cook anything ever. So the interesting thing is I actually applied for a show that never happened. It was like a hosting position where it was like super relaxed, and I was gonna travel and eat food at amazing restaurants. And so I did an audition for that, and it happening. And the casting people kept on national television. And then they're like,
scallops.
Well, we think you'd be really great, and you competitive person. So I was like, how awful could it really be? And I didn't really watch the show. So I was not really understanding what I was signing up for every season. So I was like, all right, I'll just they fly you to LA, you do lots and lots of interviews. To cook anything, which I mean is interesting, but also not, because if they had a TV show of that all can really cook well but have no personality, right, then they don't have much of a TV show. So
right. Well, yes, true. Very true.
Okay, so you said it was 6 weeks filming. So how did they? But then the show is so short.
So how long does like a dinner service take?
Yes.
So like it seems, because it flies by when you're watching it, but how long are you actually in a dinner service?
Like anywhere from like 3 hours.
Okay.
So it's like legit.
Yeah, it's service. The people who come there are like they're coming to see people get yelled at on a TV show.
Yes.
Like, stop, you're not even paying for this dinner.
Right. It's so true. Like, that's the worst part, when they're like, we're so hungry, it's taking so long. You're like, okay. Hang on. We don't, hold, Dana, 1 second. We don't. All right, Dana, they're saying we're having some issues with your sound. So what I'm going to do, hang on 1 second. I am going to send you my phone number, and if you could call us, we're gonna audio you in from the phone.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to send you my phone number.
All right, I'm going to hang up here.
Okay, bye. All right.
All right, bye.
All right, we'll try it this way. And then, Judah, where do you want to put the mic? Just hold it this way?
Okay. Put her on speakerphone and then put your mic down.
Okay.
Like down this way. Put your mic
like this. All right.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Gotta love live.
Yes.
Live everything.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie and I just kind of go with it. And the more like messed up things that happen really is the better for us.
And I have a mimosa, so I'm fine.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So we were saying, so dinner service is 6 hours. So,
No.
I mean 3 hours. Sorry.
I'm like, oh God, no.
Ask her the scallop question.
Yeah. So why is it? So on every season, no matter what season it is of Hell's Kitchen, everyone always screws up the scallops and the risotto. Why is it so hard?
Yeah. So I feel like it's a lot more complicated than what everyone sees. Because I thought the same thing before going on that show. I was like, these are two things that anyone in a restaurant setting should know how to cook, right? But there are a lot of different things that go on. First of all, if you look at a scallop, right, it's nice and plump. And the way they do the scallops on Hell's Kitchen is that we cut them horizontally in half. So they're super thin.
Oh.
So if you can imagine, like, taking a scallop, cutting it in half horizontally, and then you have two pieces. So they're super, super thin. So if your pan isn't the exact right temperature when the scallop hits the pan, that's it. You're done. So the fact is, too, you're cooking on a flat top, so you can't actually see the flame. That makes things a little more difficult. because it's harder to control the temperature. It's not just like, you turn up your fire to high heat and you see it.
Right.
So there's that sort of thing that happens. I think the bigger issue is that, and what people aren't really understanding, is that Gordon Ramsay wants everything to come to the pass at exactly the same time. Now, if you've ever eaten in a normal restaurant, what happens most of the time is if the guy on the grill station has your strip steak done 3 minutes before your fish is ready, it's going to sit under a heat lamp, and you'll never know the difference. But because of the way he runs his kitchen, literally everything has to be brought up to the pass at the exact same time, and if it's not, he's just going to throw it away.
That's right.
Is this an act?
So then you have to start over, and so it's more of like a timing issue than anything else.
Oh, so how tough is Gordon? Like, is he really that tough, or is he just really like a mushy baby behind the scenes?
So when he's in the kitchen and when like dinner service is happening, he is for real. Like, it is terrifying to look into his eyes when he's yelling at you because he means it. But on the other hand, if you screw up an order of scallops and then you turn the next ones out perfectly, right away he's right back, at baseline telling you did a great job. And it's like he doesn't hold a grudge. So there's that. And then when you're not in the kitchen, like, you can even see it. I see it a little more too on this season in the challenges. If you watched Thursday night where they did the taste test, and he's just like laughing hysterically, like, right. He thinks it's so funny. So he's definitely a lot of fun. And he even said it like on the challenge where they just won, where he went out for dinner with them, and they're all like, "Oh my God, chef!" And he's like, "Don't call me chef, call me Gordon." You're like, "What?
Right.
No, you can't do that."
Right.
But he also, it's very like, he has this very obviously intimidating aura around him and his way about him. I mean, my husband's 6'3", and he would like tower over my husband. He's huge.
Wow.
Which you don't really see in real life. But I just remember I was actually on the hot app station on my season. But they still laugh about this one because in the risotto, there's like rendered pancetta. So it's like, you get it nice and crispy, and then you put it to the side. And right before dinner service, I started doing that in my pan because I didn't want to get behind. And he comes over and he stands like on top of me, and he's like, "Dana," he's like, "Are you rendering the pancetta?" And I was like, "No, yes, no." And like, clearly I am, so I have nothing else to say. And I was like, "Yes, chef." And he goes, "It's a good idea. Keep doing it." And I was like, "Oh." It's just like, you never know like what he's going to say. So
right. That's the worst question when he asks someone like, "Are you doing this?" And everyone does the same thing. You're like, "Yes, no, yes, chef, no, chef. I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah, the one thing you learn very quickly on that show, which if you don't learn, you're out, is don't lie, because there's 8,000 cameras and everyone is watching you. So there's no way out of anything.
And how frustrating is it that when you're cooking, so you're on a station, you are knocking it out of the park. Everything is perfect. Like, your fillets are going out or your scallops are going out. And then you have one person that's on like the app station or like making a salad.
And screws it all up.
And they screw it all up.
Yeah. I mean, that is very real. That happens a lot. And that's why you see, I think, all of the blow-ups, right, when you get back into the dorm and everyone's freaking out at each other, and lots of drama happening because, one person can definitely drag the whole team down. And I know, from my seasons, there was always that feeling that maybe somebody was doing it on purpose or doing it to stir up some drama. So it is an interesting dynamic.
And so you've worked in kitchens, like, forever.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like in an actual kitchen? Like, when I go to my favorite restaurant, Dooners, which I love so much, like, are they in the back of the restaurant, like, screaming, and, like, everyone has their own station?
So, it depends what restaurant you go to, right? So, I don't know much about your favorite restaurant, Junior's, but I can imagine that that's not happening there.
Because they seem so happy, and my scallops are always good.
So, most of the time, yes, it is always that someone has their own station, but one thing that's very different from Hell's Kitchen compared to real life kitchen is that you are assigned a station to set up for on Hell's Kitchen. So I may be setting up the fish station, and then right before dinner service, Gordon's like, "Oh, Dana, you're working meat tonight." So now I'm relying on the person who set it up and maybe didn't set it up the way I would want to. Right. And maybe didn't finish all of their prep. And now I'm walking straight into a mess that I didn't know was going to happen. So the other thing is, normally, since it's 2021, each station has a printer with the tickets, and it shows you what's coming off of your station. Whereas on Hell's Kitchen, there is one ticket that is handwritten, which who even does that still, but it's handwritten and he has control of that. So he's calling out those orders, and you have to come up with some sort of mental system to try to remember what your dish is going with. So my steak is going with this halibut and whatever. So if you don't remember, it's not like you just look on your station and you see your next 5 tickets. You have to like secretly sneak up to the pass and try and take a peek. So I would say that's not really real life, but it was in the past, and it is in certain kitchens, just not the majority.
Ugh. I don't know how you do it, Dana. I would have been like, and so you know what's so amazing? Kelly and I were just talking about this outside. So it's amazing that a chef, and this is why like you're so amazing, is that you can look at a bunch of ingredients and figure out how to take those ingredients and make them something. Like, if I were in a kitchen, I would be frying everything. I'd be like, fried celery? Does everyone enjoy? Like, I wouldn't have any idea how to be like, I'm going to do a demi-glaze. Like, how do you know what to do?
So I think that, and for me, that was my favorite part of being on the show both times, is the challenges, because it really allows you to think creatively and use what's your, I would say, natural talent. So if anybody could be trained to cook scallops on a line. Right. So if I showed you 100 times how to make scallops, eventually you're going to figure it out and you're going to turn out perfect scallops every time. But what you're saying is like taking a basket of ingredients, that takes actual talent, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So putting that together, I think that's just, from learning from past experiences, a little bit of experimentation, and sort of relying on your gut to know, okay, this is going to work or this is not going to work. So I think that's why that is my favorite part, because I'm more of a creative thinker, creative person, and I love to sort of play with those different ingredients and put different flavors together. But what you're saying, I mean, if you ever watch Chopped, sometimes that works, frying everything. So.
I mean, that's what I would do all day long. So
maybe you should sign up.
Could you imagine? I'd be like, tonight we have a fried tomato paired with a fried piece of celery and white bread. Enjoy. And
as long as you have a sad story, you would win.
So back to being like a woman in the culinary industry. How have you found, do you think it's harder for you because you're a woman? Do you think it's harder for you to be recognized? Or do you think because your personality is so you are such a strong woman. I can't imagine anyone literally telling you what to do in the kitchen. So you are super vocal, but have you found anything, do you think it's harder for women in the industry?
Well, it's actually interesting that you bring this up, because one of the things that we're doing through Unilever is actually called Fair Kitchens. And it's a movement that we created to inspire people to have a more diverse, inclusive, and fair place to work. So understanding that recognition for whether it be women, people of color, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And obviously, what you're saying, that was missing from the culinary industry for many, many years. I think now things are a little bit different. So I have the benefit where, I was coming into the industry a little later, where we already see that inclusivity where, it wasn't there in the past. But I would say for sure, working my way up, it made it more difficult being a woman, because I was an 18-year-old girl working in a kitchen with a whole bunch of men who, let's just say, didn't exactly treat me the best all of the time. So right. You definitely have to be, I think, strong-willed and strong-minded to make it in this industry. And, I mean, that's unfortunately, because of where it came from, that's sort of where we're at. But I think we're making a lot of progress in that area as well.
Yeah.
So you said with the current job you're doing, that you are talking about restaurant trends. I'm in the restaurant business. I own a franchise of restaurants. So I would love to hear your take and have you tell me what are the big restaurant trends and what's happening.
Are you, sorry, we were cutting out a little there. You're asking me about restaurant trends? What are the big trends?
Yeah, so Kelly owns a bunch of restaurants, so a franchise. So she owns, I think, 17 little franchises here. And so what are some of the trends you're seeing in the restaurant business?
Ooh, so that's a good question. And obviously this is something that right now is so volatile and it changes. It could be daily or weekly because of everything that's going on with the pandemic. And as you know, we're seeing lots and lots of restaurants start to do outdoor dining for the first time that they never did before, or starting to do delivery and takeout, which is totally new to them. So you may have experienced it. I know I have lots of subpar takeout food, and I think right now, like chefs are trying to get back to the basics to really just perfect what it is they're able to do to stay alive in this moment. And that's the unfortunate reality of what's happening right now. But in terms of like what we're seeing going forward, and I think we were just talking about this other day with my chef team. We're like, remember when mason jar salads were cool, where you like layered stuff in mason jars and then you brought it to school or work or whatever, and that was so like 90s, whatever.
Yes.
But now all of those sort of individual things are coming back, because I think as people, and especially for the spring and summer, start to have their gatherings outside and stuff, like, do you really want to pick up the same pair of tongs from the salad that the person before you did and all of that? Like, I think COVID has changed us, and those will be things of the past. So we were talking about like stuff that's going to be trending is all kinds of stuff on skewers. So like meat on sticks and things like that, and all of these mini mason jar. Hopefully, like we'll get past the layered salad thing and do some different cool things.
The layered salad is never good.
Or you could do like fried tomato, fried celery, all layered in a mason jar, Dana.
Yeah, exactly. And then just shake it up and you're ready to go.
Right. That is my contribution to your global effort.
Perfect. I mean, the fried chicken sandwich has been a big thing all year. So everyone doing their own version of fried chicken sandwiches. And I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. And then I think another big thing that we're starting to see in terms of flavors is global flavors, but incorporating it into more everyday dishes. So like we always say, one of the brands that we carry is Hellman's, right? So we always talk about burgers. And so people are willing to try anything if it's on a burger.
Agreed.
Or if it's in a taco.
Very true.
You're not going to go to like your local Italian restaurant and order like an Indian dish on the menu, because it's just not going to be there and it's not going to make sense. But if we start to take these like little flavors like gochujang or za'atar seasoning, or things like that,
I don't even know what
and
those are.
Start incorporating those flavors into things that we already know, then I think people are more willing to try it, and that's kind of fun.
So what are the two things that you just said? What are those?
Okay.
Because I feel like if I was on Chopped, that's what would be in my basket, and that's what I would fry, because I would have no idea what to do.
So gochujang is a fermented chili paste.
Oh.
So if you think of like miso paste but spicy, it's sort of like that. Uh-huh. And it's awesome if you're like sauteing chicken and you want to add a little tablespoon of gochujang paste to make it a little spicy, give it that umami flavor. It's kind of fun.
Put it in your Instacart, Jamie.
But also awesome for like tacos. You can mix it with mayo and sour cream and make a drizzle for your tacos, or a sauce for your burgers, things like that.
That sounds delicious.
And then za'atar is it's a Mediterranean spice blend. So it has things in it like roasted sesame seeds, sumac, oregano. So and these are things too, like that, 5 years ago you didn't see this, but now McCormick has, 3 different kinds of it on the shelf. So
wow.
So yeah, I mean, the other good thing is too that these are all things that are accessible now, whether it's Amazon or even at the local grocery store. So it's kind of fun to play around with different flavors. Well, but I don't know, fried celery with a little za'atar seasoning sounds.
That's your least favorite thing to cook.
Perfect.
I would totally drizzle that over all of my fried celery and my fried tomato. This is like perfect for me.
Yeah.
So Kelly's asking, so what is your least favorite thing to cook? What do you like absolutely hate?
Least favorite thing to cook.
You might love everything.
I don't know if I have a least favorite thing to cook. People also ask me, like, what do I not like to eat? And I pretty much will eat anything at least once.
Yeah, to try it.
So when we went to Italy for our honeymoon, and we went on a food tour through some of their markets, which was really fun. And we had this sandwich that they're known for in Tuscany called the lampredotto, which is tripe, which was sort of slow cooked because it can be very tough and rubbery, and then served on a sandwich that's dipped in like a parsley garlic butter sauce. And that was like really, really cool to have and amazing, but I think it was one of those like one and done things. Like it was cool and I did it, but I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, you're like, you can keep
What's the most exotic thing she's ever cooked?
Oh, Kelly's asking, what's the most exotic thing you've ever cooked?
The most exotic thing I've ever cooked.
I feel like we were talking about this too, like when you get like in like on Chopped, like you're in your basket and they're like eel, and you're like, oh no, come on.
I have to say, like, one thing I don't love to cook is, or more clean than cook, is monkfish. Ugh. Monkfish is like a really like disgusting looking fish, and it's not pleasant, and it tastes good when it's cooked right, but if you can get past what it looks like, But yeah, I actually lucked out on Chopped because I didn't really have anything that weird in my basket.
Right, because it can get really weird. Like monkfish, I would have just dropped it in the fryer. I don't even know.
Again,
I would have just put it on the plate and been like, I didn't cook it. It's raw. I would have made sushi and called it a day. I don't know.
I don't know. If you fried it, could have worked out.
I don't know what's going on with this whole thing. They should do like Chopped for dummies. I would be like the best one. I'd be like, I have served you pancakes. Pancakes and syrup.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Well, Dana, so leave us with a message of hope. What do you tell for inspiring women who want to be chefs, who want to follow in your footsteps? Because you have had an amazing career, and I'm sure all of these shows that you've been on have opened so many doors for you. What would you say to a young girl out there who's thinking, who loves to cook and wants to be you?
It's funny because we literally just talked about this the other day with for our Fair Kitchen sort of group. We had a bunch of women together talking about their experiences being brought up in this industry. And I think one of the most important things is just to follow your passion, because I think there were so many times and so many ways where people tried to sway me away from doing this thing that I really wanted to do and that I knew that I loved, whether it was because, it just didn't seem right or feel right, or it wasn't, the thing that you're supposed to do. And I'm glad that I didn't listen to any of those people. So I think, whether it's cooking or whatever it is, it's just really making sure that you follow your passion, because that will in turn make you, end up being happy. And my grandma always used to say it to me that, she's like, it doesn't matter how much money you make, because you are so lucky to go to work every day and do what you love. Right. And so I really do feel lucky to be able to, go to work every day and do what I love, because I know that many, many people don't have that. So
that is a perfect end note. And we love you so much. I was totally pulling for you to win. I would have absolutely been at your restaurant every day. And the next time I'm visiting my dad in New Jersey, I'm going to invite you over so I can make you pancakes.
Definitely, with
pancakes
fried celery.
And fried celery. Because let me tell you, it is going to blow your minds, Dana. It's going to blow your minds.
And who knows, maybe Chopped Redemption will be in my future. We'll see.
I love it. Well, thank you, girlfriend, so much. It was so great to talk to you. You are amazing. We love you so much. Keep going after it. You are a rock star, and we are watching.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Dana. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay. I love her so much.
She was so good.
I love her so much.
I knew you loved her so much. Okay. I feel like you might have done something technically so you could be the one asking all of the questions.
I don't know. like, my job.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Let me tell the audience. Let me tell the audience what my role here. It's very, very simple. I come in the morning. I have a very small desk. Okay.
I have plenty of space.
Kelly, plenty of space. I mean, so much space on the other side of the desk, you wouldn't believe it. It's freezing, okay? So it's freezing. Cold. So I have to layer up here. I have a very small desk, and my only job is to hit one button. All I hit to schedule the interview, I hit call. That's all I do. And then I hit one more button. That's all I'm in charge of. Very simple. I cannot screw it up. There's no real way. There's a producer. There's all these other people around me. And they say, surround yourself with the people that you want to support you, which I do. And then I come in and I hit the button and it goes wrong. I don't know what else I could do. I hit the button the same way every week. I use the same finger and the same button. I don't do anything else. I sit in the same chair. It's very, very simple.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh, okay. Jen Corby, who's also one of our top fans. I love Jen so much.
Jen Corby.
She's grocery shopping and listening. She says, mistake. Just bought scallops and Gogu whatever sauce. Good luck, Jen. Let us know about that sauce.
Jen, you know what would go very well with that? A fried celery stick.
You are obsessive about celery.
I do like celery, but I just like to watch Dana and have that creativity.
Very cool.
Like, is just so awesome, and she did so good. Like, she was so vocal on the show, and she really stood up for herself.
She did,
because she's from New Jersey. She's like,
standing up. I think she should have won, but
I
is just
she
me.
should have won. I could.
Wait,
not
next
believe.
week do we have on Gordon Ramsay's sous chef? Is that next week?
It's the week after.
Who do we have
Chef
next week?
Andy. Next week we're gonna have a corrections officer from Rikers Island.
So. Bam.
Super exciting. My dad.
Ooh, look at that. I didn't know that was going to do that. It surprised me.
So for those of you who don't know, my father is actually a former corrections officer. We're from New York. My father worked at Rikers Island for many, many years. And we are going to have a Rikers Island female correctional officer come on.
From Rikers Island?
She works at
Isn't
Rikers.
that like where really bad people go?
Yes, really bad people
like
go.
Murderers and like...
So what happens in New York City, the way the prison system works is when you're arrested for a crime, no matter what crime it is, in any one of the boroughs, you all go to Rikers Island. That's the only place you go to. It's a funnel of everyone from New York City, and you go to Rikers Island.
Oh, even like if it was like drug possession?
Everything.
But don't people stay there?
So it's a holding facility. So I have to ask, Dad, you would know the answer to this. I think you can stay up to like 2 years at Rikers, and then so you're just awaiting trial at Rikers. So all the murderers go in with the people who have pot, all the gang members,
so the poor person who had a joint in their pocket
you're going
in a cell
you're in
with
there.
The serial murderer.
Correct. And they do their best to
that's a little much. Okay, I am obsessed with those jail shows that are on like A&E or whatever.
Like The First 48 or whatever.
No, that's like The First 48 of a crime. Oh. No, like they're in jail and they have cameras up. The stuff that happens.
Yes.
Did you watch Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
I bet this correction officer has some stories.
I'm sure she has crazy. So the women and men obviously are separated. So she was obviously working on the women's side. So my father worked on the men's side. But so everyone's funneled into the same place. They're awaiting trial. So a lot of stuff, what my dad said, doesn't really happen there because no one wants to get into more trouble while they're awaiting trial. Because you don't want to keep, you want to get out. That's the goal. So you don't want to keep fighting. But I mean, people do it all the time. If you're a criminal and that's like what you do, but then you are shipped off to like prisons like upstate New York, like Dannemora, like all these bigger prisons.
Listen,
so
I'm not going to
crazy.
prison.
She's amazing, and she...
and now she does a glam bus.
Now she's like a
How
CEO.
do you go from women's correction officer to a glam bus?
She is a rock star. So she's the CEO of her new company. So she retired from corrections, and now she's doing her own thing. So she's going to be on. I'm so excited.
Corrections. Okay, have you seen that show where normal people who haven't committed crimes go undercover into the prison?
Yes.
First of all, how dumb are you to sign up for that? I would do it just because I'm like fascinated.
Yeah,
but
that's ridiculous.
Like they're in prison with like
ridiculous
murderers.
Right. It's ridiculous.
As civilians.
I mean, and they're watching them, so like they're under protection. So it's not like they're like
listen, if you get
it.
shanked, someone in a studio watching you is not going to get there before you bleed out.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
they don't have cameras in the showers, and I heard that's where bad things happen. Right?
Prison is not a joke, folks. It is not like, these are legit criminals. I feel like people are like, let's visit the prison. I'm going to write a really nice letter to this murderer. He looks so adorable. I'm sure that he really didn't do it, so I have fallen madly in love with him. I'm going to send him some photos. Like, it's like, girls, please, do not send, if he's a murderer, like, just believe him. Don't send your love letter. It doesn't, you're not
she's
in
a
love.
Captain. She's a captain, Bob wants us to make sure.
You're not in love. You don't love the murderer. Like, he's fine where he is. There are plenty of men that are not incarcerated. I can assure you. Judah's sitting right here.
Judah is handsome and smart and single. And he comes with a dog.
That's right.
Liza.
Murderers do
and
not
he has a job and
right.
It pays well.
Murderers do not need your love letter.
No.
They don't. So please
Judah
don't send it.
is available.
Don't send it. Don't send it. Do we have funny stuff this week?
You're the funny one.
Do you want to?
The whole show has been funny.
Do you want to tell us what you're watching?
Oh, what I'm watching. Listen, I literally have Netflix on all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you watching?
So, what? Yeah.
What are you watching?
What am I watching? I'm pulling it up now because now you got me flushed. Oh, I watch Dickinson. Dickinson. Like Emily Dickinson.
Oh, okay. I was like, Dickinson. That was
on Apple
this
TV.
Is a family program.
Okay, I'm watching that on Apple TV. I am watching, I found an oldie but goodie. I'd never watched it before, and I'm really loving it. It's called Imposters. Okay, so it's about this woman, and these two other people. She gets these men to fall in love with her. She marries them, and then steals all of their money, and blackmails them not to tell the police, and leaves.
Okay.
And then goes and marries somebody else. And so then, a girl that she married, and then two men that she married. She like abruptly leaves after being married for like, it has to be like 28 days before you can like financially get stuff.
Okay.
They all find each other.
All the people that she has like been in imposter?
Yes, and they then track her down and go after her.
Oh no.
Oh, and I won't spoil it anymore, but it's like, I'm in it. I am in it. I like it.
I like that idea. It's like you fall in love every 30 days. Like you lure someone in, you fall in love, you go through the fun.
No, you get married, you have a big wedding.
And then you're like, you know what, you're not good, and then you move on and do it again. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool.
Ryan, your time is ticking. Ryan.
I'm moving on. I like, it's like you're always in love, which is what I like. So it's a love show. I like it.
A love show.
It's a love show. I like it.
Okay, what else I'm watching is fascinating.
Yes.
It's called Surviving Death. So each episode is something different. So like the first episode is people who have legit died, like been dead for like 45 minutes, and they got brought back to life, and they remember like what happened. And then like another episode is
that gives me
about
hope.
Mediums, and it like shows the medium process and like how these mediums. I don't know if you're into that, but I liked it.
I like that. That gives me hope because you always want there to be life after death, and for people to
No, I really liked the show.
And for people, so I like that message of hope.
Also, if you like true crime, crime scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. If you are an American Horror Story fan, which I am, they did a whole season of American Horror Story based off of this hotel. Oh boy! It was the best season I thought of American Horror. It had Lady Gaga in it, who was amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're into true crime, that is
that show kind of had its ups and downs. Like there was like
some seasons were good, some seasons were bad.
I did like the circus one.
That freaked me out. I don't like clowns, but I liked
the circus one. I thought that was good.
I liked the asylum.
The asylum was good.
The hotel one with Lady Gaga was the best.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's what I'm watching.
I have some funny tweets for you.
I can't wait.
All right. Speaking of dating, Rachel, female redhead, says, a dating app for people who have been vaccinated called Syringe.
Actually, good idea.
Right? Wouldn't it be
take
good?
Note, Jerry. We can work on that after the show.
To have a dating
Judah,
app?
Start programming ASAP.
Of all people who have been vaccinated. I thought that was so smart,
I mean,
Rachel.
I'm going to be vaccinated. I'm not dating, obviously. I've been happily married for I won't even tell you how long.
It would be just nice to know of people, and then you can have all new friends. Like, you're like, oh, are you vaccinated? Let's hook up for a coffee.
Wait, but okay, this is the thing I don't understand about the vaccine. Maybe you know. I bet you don't, but I'll ask.
Ask me anything.
Okay. If you get vaccinated.
Yes.
Doesn't that just make you, if you do get it, you're not as sick, or you don't get sick?
Yes.
But you can still spread it if you get it, right? It doesn't like stop the spread.
Correct. But if you spread it to another person that's vaccinated, you're not going to get as sick. So it's like just like you're regular sick. You're not like COVID sick.
Oh, did you see all those states who were like not mandating masks and everyone's at the beach like partying?
Yeah.
Well, don't go to Florida right now, folks.
I know. My family lives in Florida, and my aunt, it's crazy. There are people, they're just like everywhere. Everyone's at the beach. Everyone's at restaurants. My aunt said everyone is like indoor dining, no mask. Like restaurants are not having a problem in Florida. Like everyone is there. And now spring break is going on. She said it's like hopping.
Spring break?
Spring break is happening. Kids are there for spring break. She said it's crazy busy.
The first day of Charlottesville schools.
Yeah, Charlottesville is back in school. Very interesting. All the moms out there, I know you're sitting home naked.
They're having mimosas.
They are eating, yes, and drinking mimosas naked, moms. I know you. I know you're doing it.
I'm a mom. I don't know about the naked part, but I would be drinking.
You have everything to yourself. The kids are back. I know. I hope this goes well.
It's not going to. The people that all visit Florida come back to Virginia.
I hope this goes well. Well, so it's trying to schedule a vaccine in Virginia. Here's what this looks like. So every 15 minutes, Kelly calls me and she says, a vaccine is open. And she says, guess where it's open? Mount Coconut, Virginia. And I'm like, where is that?
Mount Pelier. Mount Pelier. It's only an hour drive.
So then we spend the next 5 minutes Googling the city and trying to figure out how far away it is. By the time we figured out, the appointment's gone. So then she calls you back 15 minutes later. She's like, guess what opened? Nakaleka, West Virginia. And I'm like, gotta get on it. And we literally spent all day figuring.
Why don't you just give me your information? So when I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I see appointment available, I will just make it for you.
That would be great. I've never studied so many Virginia towns. Like, what's the one that you told me today? What's the other one you told me to?
Oh, South Boston.
South Boston. South Boston, if you're watching.
South Boston, Virginia.
South Boston, Virginia, if you're watching, I want to know where you are. Tell me
2 hours away.
Tell me who lives there, because I have never known anyone from South Boston, Virginia.
I didn't even know there was a town called
that.
Did you know where South Boston is, Jerry? No, Jerry doesn't know either. He's not even listening.
Jerry's not even listening.
Nikki is saying Imposters is good. I'm telling you, it's good. Watch it. Okay, what's next? We went down a rabbit hole with it.
Yeah, let me give you some more tweets. These are funny. Elizabeth Hackett says, anytime I see a couple jogging together, I try to figure out which one of them is unhappy about it. It's so true.
It would be me.
You see people jogging.
If anyone saw you and I jogging down the street, it would never happen, first of all.
It doesn't look fun. And for everyone who jogs at night, that does not seem fun to me. Like, even
And why are you wearing black?
In black.
Why are you jogging at night wearing black down a windy Charlottesville road?
With your headlamp. It does not seem fun at all. Like, literally at all. Like,
it's not safe.
It's not safe. It's not fun.
Jerry's having lunch already.
You can't even. His wife. What do you have, Jerry? Did she make you a peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah. He does ham. He's on a ham kick, I think. Country ham kick.
All right.
What do we have now?
Gita, when COVID's over, sounding a lot like, yes, we need to hang soon these days. You know, I don't really get her tweet. But
I don't either.
It is very hard to hang out with people. So a bunch of my friends reached out to me for my birthday, so thank you so much for reaching out. That was so sweet. And I was like, we should all get together. But everyone is in such a different stage of COVID. Like, some people are like, I will not go indoors anywhere.
Like me.
Will not go indoors. Some people are like, I only will eat outdoors. Some people are like, I'm not doing any of that. Like, so everyone is in such different, and some people are just like, oh, if we're eating indoors, that's fine. I just say we're 6 feet apart. Like, all of your friends are probably in such different stages of where they're at.
Jamie, we are each other's only friends, let's be honest. And we're at the same stage, Jamie. It's true. We don't see anybody but each other. And that is true.
You know what's really funny? So for my birthday, I said to Ryan, I was like, you know what? I want to go out for dinner. I want to do it. I'm gonna go. I'm doing it.
But you did. You went out to my house.
So I go through this mental thing of, you know what? I'm not gonna let COVID hold me back. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get it. And I Googled all my favorite restaurants. I said, they're open. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat inside. I'm gonna do it. We're 6 feet apart. I trust them. I am putting my trust in these places. Okay? I get all dressed. Ryan says, I'm dressed. We're gonna go. And I said, okay. So I get home and he said, how do you feel about eating inside? I said, I don't know. I'm really nervous about it. And he goes, me too. Do you want to get takeout? I said, yes, I do. And we never went anywhere. I was so excited, but when I thought about it, I was like, I do feel weird about it still. I couldn't do it. Oh, okay.
Kelly Jackson takeout.
Well, no. I went to Kelly's for my birthday, but the night before, since I started, I really was in the mood for like pasta, like Italian.
Right.
But there's a lot of places they're not doing indoor dining. So I went down this kind of like rabbit hole of trying to figure out the best pasta and blah, blah, blah. And I was like adding it to my Instacart, like my Grubhub card. And I was at $75 because I was like, it's my birthday. I'm going to go carbonara. I'm going spaghetti and meatballs. I'm doing it all, right? Chicken piccata. I want it all. I want all the piccatas. So I go in and I add it to my cart and I was like, I don't want to spend $75. This is a little crazy. Like a little too much for me. Too much. So Ryan goes, why don't we go to Fabio's? I go, I love Fabio's. So I place an order, and we had spaghetti and meat sauce. I
thought you weren't eating meat.
Well, I mean,
okay. Did I go through all the trouble cooking a vegetarian meal for you last night?
I'm trying not to
chopping all these fresh veggies,
eat meat,
looking up recipes.
It was mixed in, so I didn't really eat it. But so this is just what I ordered.
It's just in a sauce.
This is what I ordered. I ordered spaghetti and meat sauce. Ryan had that stuffed shells. Okay,
that's delicious.
Garlic knots, because if you ever eat at Fabio's on High Street, you gotta get garlic knots every single time. If you don't, you're not ordering correctly. Garlic knots every time, and a slice of Sicilian pizza. And let me tell you, it was delicious, and it was $20, and I felt so good about it. I was like,
Did you have leftovers for days?
Leftovers for days. Fabio's did not disappoint. It was awesome.
Fabio's is good.
Their Sicilian pizza is banging. It is the best pizza place. It is so good. So good. It's New York. And I love when they call and like they're behind, like it's such a great place. So that's what I ate. So I wanted to go out for dinner, didn't go, added everything to my Grubhub, cheaped out, went to my favorite place, and it was great.
Okay, so I looked at my grocery bill, and it's high. I won't even tell you, Jerry, how much it is a week. I'll tell you off air. So this week, I am going to try to feed my whole family for the whole week on $100. I'm going to try it.
I don't think that's going to
happen. I think I'm going to do it.
How can a lot of pasta, a lot of rice?
Cleaning supplies?
What do you mean no cleaning supplies?
Like, are you going to buy cleaning supplies for me?
No, this is just food.
Okay.
Just food. Like, I'm going to try it.
You're like, kids, no.
Oh, right. Always shop around the outside. So, like.
Well, produce is very expensive.
Produce is expensive, so I'm going to have to figure that out.
Like big things, like a lasagna would be good.
I mean, no, I make a killer chicken spaghetti. Okay, do you remember tuna noodle casserole that your mom used to make and it was like so bad?
Tuna in a casserole is like disgusting.
Okay, so this is kind of like that, but with chicken. But it's like has chicken, spaghetti, cream of mushroom soup, red peppers, green peppers, onions, tons of cheddar cheese.
Cream of mushroom soup?
It's delicious.
And cheddar cheese?
It is delicious.
Dana,
I can make it, the whole casserole, for $5. And we can eat it for 2 meals.
I don't know.
Bam.
Dana, if you're watching right now, you tell me how you feel about cream of mushroom soup.
I put cream of mushroom soup in everything.
What's that gross one for Thanksgiving where you like put it over the green beans and you're like,
that's cream of mushroom soup. You don't just eat it like that. You like put it in things to flavor it and like make it creamy.
It's so
but
bad.
I won't eat those cream of chicken soup.
What's the difference?
One has meat.
I don't know. No, it should just be called cream of tuna soup. It's disgusting.
$100 commitment to the show next week with receipts and do it. See if you can do that.
Let's see if we do it. Okay, let's see if we do it.
What are you going to make? Because I have this cake over here, and it was already $5.
I bought that yesterday.
So you're telling me
try the cake, see if it's good.
You're telling.
My wife and I routinely argue about the weekly grocery bill.
Right? How much do you spend a week on groceries? It's a lot, right? Well, Jamie spends $100 alone on celery.
I do.
Is that true?
I spend
probably,
yeah, because I eat 2 things of celery a day. So let's say they're $2 a piece. That's 4 times 7, 28. Yeah, $30 a week
on celery
just
alone.
On celery alone, $30.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna make my meal plan. I'm gonna post every night what I'm making.
I love it.
My wife would love to hear this.
I love it.
And I'm gonna see what I think I can do it. I really do feel like I can do it.
Okay, like actual meal. Is it breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah, but breakfast is easy. That's cheap. That's like 50 cents in a cereal.
Okay.
Grocery bill is one of the most common arguments in marriage.
Right. Okay, I'm going to try
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
I love it. All right.
We might be eating tuna out of a can, but we'll do it.
Today was a good show.
Yeah. Please
join
in
Dana.
Next week. Share.
Yes.
Like our Facebook.
Like and share the show. Special
Instagram.
Thanks to our sponsors, Pikasso, Swig, Panera Bread, Colonial Auto Center. Thank you so much for sponsoring. Please check out our website at Women Changing Our World to see past episodes and guests. We love all you. Follow us on Facebook, share our show, like us on Instagram.
And I'm going to keep you updated on my $100.
That's right. Yeah, I love it. Happy birthday to me!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to me!
Look what happened.
It's all broken. You went sideways. Lots of people have that problem, Kelly. I went in lots of people. There's a pill for that. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, keep changing our world. Thanks, guys, so much.
Bye.
See you next time. Ciao. Good show today.
That was good.
I love Dana so much.